Hey, welcome to the show. I'm the Crypto Kid, and in these videos we take a look at Bitcoin and everything that's going on in the world of cryptocurrency. So if you're new to the channel, thanks for joining. We make daily videos and keep it relevant to what's going on in the news. Let's jump right in tonight and take a look at the market. So as you can see, we've got a lot of green, and if you watched the show yesterday when there was blood in the streets, clearly we're back and rising. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, that is kind of an old saying, blood in the streets, buy, because a lot of people are shaking in their boots, selling, and that's when the real money's to be made, because when it really hits the floor, most time there's not much place to go but up. So if you're a day trader, if you're into trading stocks, I might get into that a little bit more in terms of vocalizing how I approach that area, but right now, I like to talk about Bitcoin Cash and basic ways just to get in and involve yourself with the market, because it really is a personal thing. There's a lot of options here, and clearly there's a lot of growth, because no matter what direction you chose, you would be in the green and smiling this evening. So let's check out Bitcoin Cash right now. We'll take a step back here, and as you can see, it is up around, it was up around 15% from its big losses as everything dropped over the last few days. But clearly we are climbing. We're currently sitting around that $1,400 mark USD. Now let's step back even further and look at that 24-hour. Now we have been climbing considerably fast, and it's going to be interesting to see where this goes in contrast to BTC, because it has been struggling to maintain that $1,100 mark. Or $11,000 mark. Let me retrace that. It's hard to differentiate between the two sometimes, because I'll tell you, BTC chain is really just kind of a speculation in my opinion right now, because if you can't use it in the real world for anything small payment wise, it's really going to be interesting to see how this progresses in the future. Now, I've got a lot of people wanting to get into BTC. A lot of people are asking me, how can I invest in Bitcoin BTC? And my recommendation is don't. I really push Bitcoin Cash 100%. Now, with that said, if you're looking to buy Bitcoin BTC, Bitcoin Core, Bitcoin SegWit, the same thing, whatever you want to call it, go ahead, do it. But just keep in mind that you're going to be paying insane fees right now to get into the market. Not only that, you'll be waiting a little bit to make those trades. So if you're looking to play the stocks, if you want to get out, get in, and hit that hit those price gains, it's going to be a lot harder with BTC. Not only that, it's next to impossible to use in the real world. Now, there's a wicked video that came out today by this gentleman here. I'll leave a link in the description box below. It is a 5-minute video, and it really hammers down just black and white the difference between both BTC and Bitcoin Cash, and just why, in his opinion, and mine, I guess, apparently, and many others, why the BTC blockchain is not practical for long-term growth, especially for the vision of Satoshi Nakamoto and what BTC, or I should say Bitcoin, is supposed to be, or was intentionally supposed to be. So check that out. It's highly recommended by myself, and on Twitter it's been highly recommended by many others. Now, in terms of our side of the coin here with Crypto Kid, I came out with a short mini doc today talking about why I feel Bitcoin Cash is Bitcoin in terms of how the professionals in the industry are speaking. I've got Roger Ver on video here, and I've also got Mr. Ryan X. Charles talking a bit about his opinion, and he is the CEO of yours.org. Awesome and very inspiring dude. I'd invite you to check this out. And I will be a little bit late on the video tomorrow again, because I am traveling and trying to work these videos into my life, and I will continue to make them daily, so hopefully you've been following along, and I appreciate it. So in the news today, let's head over to bitcoin.com, my favorite source for Bitcoin news, as you know. Russia is talking about Bitcoin again. Now, they're talking about creating or developing a global ICO, or initial coin offering rating standards. So they're hoping to get involved with around 30 different countries, and in my opinion, they're really just trying to get a grip on this huge growth for cryptocurrency, because Russia, as you know, has not been too pro-Bitcoin, because they want to make sure that they are in control of their own finances. And a lot of other countries are doing the same. We'll jump over to Egypt. Similar story here. their finance attorney general calls for an international governance of Bitcoin, and of course they would. Why wouldn't they? They want to control money. If it gets out of their hands and it's no longer in the hands of the state, and you disconnect that from state, they have no control over finance, and that's a lot of losses for these old school bankers. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of this. We've seen it in China and other parts in the world. But as you know, you cannot kill the Bitcoin. You cannot stop it. You squeeze one end of the balloon, it just goes to the other end. It will go somewhere else. And as you saw in China, as the grip happens there, what you'll see is other places in the world really start to adopt this, like Japan, Indonesia, other places around the world that are maybe more pro-Bitcoin and more cryptocurrency. So again, this is really interesting time in life, and as we move forward with this, there is really nothing but opportunities here. So again, if you're interested in other coins, drop me a line. Let me know what you want to hear about, because a lot is happening. We've got Bitcoin Gold currently sitting around 310. I haven't sold mine yet. I got a little bit when I had a little bit of BTC in my accounts. I'm just kind of figuring out where this is going to go. Ideally, I probably will sell it. I just want to make sure that it isn't going to make a little bit more gain. But with that said, everything's kind of growing quite fast here. And I mean, we talk about different opportunities and different projects and platforms that work. And in my opinion, there are so many good ones. You know, on the other side of the coin here, if you want to talk about things like Potcoin, you know, there's huge potential here, because in Canada here, marijuana is going to be legalized within the next 6 to 8 months. And when that happens, a lot of these cryptocurrencies will probably be used almost entirely by these growers and dispensaries and other medicinal users, because the government is even going to be purchasing off of dispensaries. And most of them don't work with fiat. They don't want to touch the banks because they've given them such a hard time in the past when they can trade with Potcoin and other things. So we'll be keeping an eye on this, and I hope that you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one.